They want to know what Aaron Rodgers is going to do.
Yeah.
He was vague last night, which I expected him to be vague.
Fully.
Right? He has to decide whether he wants to go out and take a beating like that again. You can tell he loves playing in Pittsburgh. You can tell he loves playing for Mike Tomlin, which then brings up the Mike Tomlin part. What's going to happen with him? I always love that part. Well, they're just sick of hearing his voice. Now, the people sick of hearing his voice are the media and the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They're the ones that are sick of hearing his voice.
Right.
All right? I always find that part always intriguing.
Yeah, is it frustrating for a fan base when you can't win playoff games consistently? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about that.
Well, they've lost their last 7.
Yeah.
And only one of the coaches has been in that spot. That's Marvin Lewis of the Bengals.
Absolutely.
Look, there are two things that travel no matter what, whether it's weather conditions, stadium, okay, defense, and a running game. The Houston Texans have a great defense. Did I get the game I expected last night? Yes. That's just because that's the way Houston plays. I mean, they swarm. There's only one call in the game where I sat back and went, no, I'm not so sure. And that was the deep ball down the sideline to Austin. I thought Lassiter, that was clearly passing interference.
Yeah, I agree.
And when a team plays great defense like that, to me, officiating-wise, you can't let a great defense like that get away with something like that.
Right.
I mean,
because you're not going to have as many opportunities offensively against that team.
Yeah, I think that is look, the Steelers have been rebuilding that offensive line. It's safe to say it's not there yet.
No.
We saw that all season long. Yeah, they could break off a few runs. Yeah, they could protect Rodgers sometimes. But last night, I mean, the push, the physical push, I mean, the sack where Rodgers went down and not one Texan touched him.
Yeah.
Because he got pushed into his own guys. Rodgers went away from DK Metcalf last night after a couple of drops.
Yep.
He didn't discover Pat Freiermuth till late in the game. He knew where Adam Thielen was all night. And Thielen's Thielen's done. He's not coming back.
No, and he's a veteran. So that's the understandable part.
Oh yeah, no. Thielen has always been a good route runner, gets himself to spots. I mean, and
that's where Rodgers is a stickler. Rodgers is absolutely a perfectionist when it comes to route running. There's no question he's going to watch that stuff.
The defense allowed them to hang in a good chunk of the night. I give the defense a lot of credit. Joey Porter Jr., the last 2 months of the season, played outstanding NFL corner football. Outstanding.
Right.
Jalen Ramsey was no factor. Watt actually played well last night. I thought T.J. Watt played very well last night. Patrick Queen's become a leader on that defense, and now they have a lot of questions moving forward. There is no doubt that, you've got to figure out a way, because Derek Harmon, I thought, to his credit, played very well as the season went along. He got better.
Yes.
You have to figure out a way to, if you want to make one more run, you have to figure out a way to keep Hayward, and you do have to talk to Rodgers, because they don't have any other options.
No.
Again, you're in the Atlanta Hawks mode. What does the Atlanta Hawks mode mean? For years and years, and I'm talking, what do you think, 15 years? Something like that?
At least.
Where they were good enough to make the playoffs. I mean, even going back before that.
I was going to say, you even go back to the late 80s.
Dominique
same
Wilkins.
Thing. Wilkins, Spud Webb, Doc Rivers days, Kevin Willis.
Right.
Yeah.
Dominique Wilkins, those guys. I mean, they took the Celtics to the brink. And
Game 7.
Game 7, and Wilkins has a phenomenal Game 7. Yeah. Bird has a phenomenal Game 7. The Celtics
That was one
win.
of the best Game 7s I've ever seen.
Right.
That duel.
But the bottom line is the Hawks didn't win it.
Yeah.
The Hawks were always good enough to get to the playoffs. People always respected them. But they were good enough to lose in the deciding game more often than not in the opening round.
Yep.
Which meant they were not in the lottery, which meant they were picking 15 or 16 over and over again. The Steelers, once again, are picking in the 20s. And it's not just picking in the 20s in the first round. That's not the story. You're picking in the 20s every round.
Mm-hmm.
Every round you're picking in the 20s. And you're also
losing picks with the guys you're acquiring, which they did this year.
Yeah. I mean, they lost some picks with the guys that, they lost picks with Metcalf, I think, among others. Did they lose a pick with Ramsey?
That's what I was wondering. I can't remember if they lost one with Ramsey or not. Did the Dolphins trade him or the Rams? I'm trying to think of Dolphins.
The Dolphins did because Minkah Fitzpatrick was there.
Yeah, Minkah, you're right. So I'm wondering if they did lose a pick.
Usually the younger player is the one. The team that acquires the younger player gives up the pick.
Gives up the pick, yeah. So I wonder if they got one from.
I think they picked up a pick from Miami. But that's where they are. They're in that no man's land where, they won the division. Yeah, they won 10 games. Yeah, but does anybody feel like you're making steps forward? And I don't think Steeler fans feel like they're making steps forward. Now, look at New England. Went for years. Great, awesome, incredible, gold standard, blah, blah, blah. 6 Super Bowls. 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 wins. And relevant every year. They have Brady. They lose Brady. Then they go down or irrelevant. And they draft Drake May.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a great pick when they made it. It's like, that's a really good pick. Because I always liked Drake May. And, do the Steeler fans have the patience, which I think they're developing a thicker skin about
I was going to say, I'm not sure they do at this point. Yeah.
Right? To do that for a couple of years to rebuild the team. That's going to be the tough part.
Absolutely.
All right.
The Steelers, by the way, did not get a draft pick on that. They got Jonnu Smith in that trade as well.
Oh, okay.
So giving up a fifth-round pick.
And Jonnu Smith ended up really being no factor for them.
No, especially last night.
But he was no factor all season.
No.
Freiermuth and Washington both played bigger roles.
Freiermuth is exponentially better.
Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.